2009. The Northern is the front line in the fight against climate change. That's why an environmental organization in Yellowknife is putting heat on the city to become carbon neutral. Lauren McGinnis explains.
The City of Yellowknife has plans to cut carbon emissions by 20% by the year 2014. It appears that target will be met and exceeded thanks to projects such as switching from oil furnaces to wood pellet boilers in some municipal buildings. But the positive steps don't mean it's time to get comfortable. The Arctic Energy Alliance has issued the city a new challenge, far greater than a 20% reduction.
We're going to suggest that you could adopt a target of becoming carbon neutral by 2014.
Carbon neutral means that after cutting back on greenhouse gas emitting activities and switching to clean technologies, whatever emissions are left over are dealt with by purchasing carbon credits or offsets.
When we look at buying offsets, basically giving other people money to do some work on our behalf in another country, you find it's actually quite cheap.
The Arctic Energy Alliance pays less than $1,500 a year to offset their carbon emissions. That works out to about 0.1% of their total budget. Robinson says the Arctic Energy Alliance has to lead on the issue of climate change and hopes the city will do the same.
When you look at a map of the world and say, well, who should be showing leadership on this? You look, well, who's warming up the fastest? It's us. People look to the north for leadership on this kind of stuff.
The idea of going carbon neutral received a warm reception from the councillors. Kevin Kennedy already purchases offsets for he and his family. He says it's not just the right thing to do.
Even if you didn't want to do this on, the basis of being a good environmental citizen, you would do it because you're going to save money. The costs of climate change are extremely high in the long run.
The case for long-term savings is one that councillors in favor of paying for carbon offsets will have to make. The Arctic Energy Alliance estimates that carbon credits for the city could cost more than $150,000. Lauren McGinnis, CBC News, Yellowknife.
In case of an emergency